Hey guys, it's Natalie Marie here. Welcome to another video, and we're here with another weekly one. So I had recently gotten a script. I have an audition tomorrow, so fingers crossed for me that everything goes well. It's an in-person audition, which I'm really excited about because we have not had an in-person audition for, I have no idea, like a year maybe? I can't remember my last in-person audition, to be honest with you. Now I have the script here, and what I wanted to go through is my 5 things that I do with every script to prepare for every audition. So you're gonna get a lot of other different overviews of how people prepare for an audition, but this works for me. This makes me more flexible in the audition room if I don't overcomplicate the process. I have done a video like this on how to prepare a script for a self-tape audition, or how to prepare for a self-tape audition from start to finish. If you want to check that out, go ahead, just right up here. First of all, obviously, memorize your lines. In Australia, we memorize our lines. Some other people, some other countries, I know in the US sometimes they're like, don't memorize them, just know them really well, be familiar with them, but still have script in hand. I still personally have script in hand, just in case, you have to look down at it. It just depends, but I do memorize them. I do make sure that I know them so that if, for instance, they prefer me not to have script in hand, I'm prepared for that. You just prepare for the literal worst and you'll be fine. And also, because you know your lines, you can pretty much just have the freedom to act and be in the moment and just really let go of everything else without having a script, because a script to me is like an anchor, and as soon as I put it down and as soon as I can put it down, I feel a lot more freer. Pretty much go through the script and make sure that you know exactly what you're talking about. So if there is a word in a script, even if it's from a different person and it's not one of your lines, but you're not sure what it means, look it up, because there's going to be a time where you're acting, if it's rehearsal, if it's audition, or whatever it is, and the director says, what do you feel at this moment, or what is your message, or what do you think you're trying to say? And if you don't know that particular, and if it's to do with this line, and if you don't know what that particular word means, how do you think your character would know what it means? Like, how would they react? Now, for instance, if it's not your line and if it is someone else's line and your character, I don't know, actually doesn't know what it means, then that could be an acting choice where you're a bit confused. But I usually try to figure out what every word means first of all, so that I can react to it accordingly. Because you have to be so sure in what you're saying and the delivery of what you're saying, because it has everything to do with your objective. You picked that word for a reason in your head. Your character did, I mean. Like, your character picked that word for a reason. She knows, or he knows, what that word means. They use it, obviously. If they're trying to be smart and you can totally tell in the script that it's not something that they usually say, then why is it that their choice? Things like this, that's where you deep dive into a script for. Context of any scene. Know the scene really well. And that means location. For instance, this one's in Beverly Hills. So clearly that tells me that I have to have an American accent and not have an Australian one, even though I am auditioning in Australia. But unless they say no accents required, ensure that you have at least prepared with an accent and gotten that down pat. Know the context. Also, what is going on in the scene, the usual things, what is going on, what's your objective, where is this scene in the rest of the play, to ensure that you know that. If you can, get the play itself or get the script itself. If you can't, because you have to pay for it or you can't find it online, then really look at it and see what's going on in that scene. That means you should know the synopsis of the scene. You should know the synopsis of the play. That is online. You can easily find that. Look at reviews. They go through some scenes as well and they break it down sometimes. So find out as much as possible about the setting and the context of the scene and why is this scene the one that they've chosen. Know the relationship that you have with these characters, because they really do change how you react to certain things. For instance, if someone spoke to you a certain way, all buddy pal, but you've never met them in your entire life, you're gonna react quite differently than if, like, let's say your best friend had said the same thing to you. It's all about being in the moment, and if you don't know everything about that other person and what they mean to you or where they stand in your relationship sphere, then that's going to really jeopardize how you react or how you act in that moment. It might confuse or might make you do different choices because your choices matter depending on the knowledge that you have of the character. Now, the last thing, ensure that when you go in that room, that you open that door, you say hi to everyone, how are you? Let's get into the scene. What have you prepared? Make sure that you go in there with a direction. Like, make sure that you have something solid, not solid in the way that it's rigid and that it can't be changed, malleable, but confident. They want you to make a choice. Every time I've gone into an audition room, it's all about making a choice. They want to see the actor make one and be brave about it. Go all out. Like, if you're making this choice, make sure you do everything you can for that choice. If you're the sassy, bratty teenager, go for it. Don't hold back. If you're timid and, a bit shy, don't feel that too vulnerable in front of other people and deliver those lines that way. Think about what you want to bring to the character. Now, the reason why I say have a direction is because this direction can be changed like that. The director will most likely, if they like what you've got, or if they're thinking of a different... So for instance, if they like what you've got, there's two instances. If they like what you've got, then they'll be like, okay, let's see if they can take direction. Let's give them something out, something they haven't thought about. How about you do it like this next time? Now, if someone says that to you, don't feel bad, don't think you've done a really bad job. They're giving you direction because, one, they like you and they want to see if you can take that direction, because if you were on set with them or in a play with them, you're going to be taking direction quite a bit. Or let's say they have a different idea of what the character is and you didn't quite get it the first time. They'll be like, hey, just play it like this next time, or let's try this. Either way, don't think about it. Just do what they say. And that's why you need to be malleable and not have everything down pat. So I was talking to my friend and I basically said to him, I learn the lines, but I don't learn the actions. I learn the lines in order to know who I am, what I'm doing, but I throw it out. I throw it all out before I get into the room, because anything can happen. The reader can say a line differently than you had thought of. You have to react accordingly. You have to be malleable enough to do that. If you stick with what you want to do and it doesn't make sense, then the whole audition will be off. Okay, I hope that really helped you. My 5 things I do every time I prepare for an audition. And yeah, if you like what I've got, subscribe, give this a like, thumbs up, do it all. I'm really appreciative of all your support. And if you have anything else you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments below, and maybe let me know what you do. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.